thousands of kilometers, breathtaking landscapes, and the untamed beauty of Romania. Majestic mountains, endless curves, and roads that challenge both man and machine. Each twist and turn brought new adventures, challenges, and unforgettable moments. This was Romania Challenge 2024. Our journey kicked off for the second year in a row at Hotel Prevo, where participants gradually started rolling in throughout the evening. Legend has it that some even survived a brutal party in Budapest, but that's another story. The plan was simple: check in, drop off the bags, and head straight for a well-deserved welcome drink. One toast led to another, and soon everyone was feeling right at home. But it was early to bed, because tomorrow we face one of the highlights of the trip, the legendary Transalpina ring. As the day unfolded, not all the action was on the track. Behind the scenes, there was a lot happening too. Hostesses made sure everyone was taken care of, while some drivers were busy adjusting tire pressure, ensuring every millimeter of grip was perfect. Others, well, they were just catching a quick break. Both the drivers and the cars needed some rest to recharge for the next round. Speaking of brakes, not everyone had the best luck with brakes either. Our poor Mini Cooper didn't get much track time. Before we could even capture a single lap, the brake pads had worn down to the metal. But in a stroke of luck, another participant happened to have spare brake pads for his Lexus. And guess what? They were almost identical. A quick swap, and the Mini was at least able to make it back to the hotel. Let's get back to the fun stuff. More track action. adventure doesn't stop there. Next up, a trip to Villa Venea for a taste of local wine. As tradition goes, someone was, of course, fashionably late to the minibus, earning the classic round of applause. After a short drive through the classic Romanian countryside, where horse-drawn carts are just part of the scenery, we have reached our destination. We were greeted by the manager, whose humor was as rich as the wine itself.
How are you? Fine. You will be better in 1 hour.
Okay.
I promise you. After first glass of wine, everything will be better.
Then came the best part, the tasting. Glasses were filled, laughter echoed, and stories were shared. As the evening went on, the tasting continued, but for us, it was time to move on. The next day, the renowned Transfăgărășan awaited. With 130 kilometers ahead of us, we set off early in the morning toward Transfăgărășan. But first, a quick stop at a nearby gas station where we lined up, ready to continue as a convoy. Our lineup of cars drew enough attention for the locals to step outside and take a look. Everyone made the most of the break in their own way. Some polished their beloved cars, others decided it was the perfect time for a smoke. Yes, at a gas station, and a few tried to figure out how to expand their trunk space. After saying goodbye to the curious locals, we set off for the rest of the journey.
You stay inside most of the time, but you don't seem to mind. Why don't you come outside and see what it's like? I think you'll find that the weather is nice. You go get a drink, it's not as bad as you think. You puke in the sink, but you'll be fine. Wake up around 9, then you do it again and again and again and again.
As the sun began to set, we made our way back to the hotel, already looking forward to tomorrow's drive on the Transalpina, the road of all roads. We woke up early at the Mountain Hotel Pescu Negru. In case you're wondering, that means Black Cat. The morning was truly cold, so we quickly fired up the engines and set off toward Transalpina. With fresh brake pads, the Mini Cooper wasn't about to hold back. It quickly disappeared from sight. The others gradually joined in, and soon we had our convoy of beautiful cars back on the road.
Bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. Bring it back to me. It's making me feel so weak. Bring it back.
After a short drive, we arrived at our first stop, the Vidroru Dam, where we took in the stunning views and the sheer majesty of the dam. Ah yes, this is exactly where the famous Top Gear trio once woke up. And as we left, we enjoyed the sound of our engines in the tunnel. Or at least those of us whose cars still make a sound. Just past the tunnel, a surprise awaited. A bear sighting, something everyone had been hoping for. And, as tradition goes, there's always that one person eager to get a little too close. Let's take a look at last year. Things were a bit more dramatic back then. After our bear encounter, we continued through classic Romanian villages, heading toward Transalpina. The further we drove, the worse the road became. Until it finally turned into what looked like a dirt path. Eventually, we stopped to figure out a new route. That's when the local sheriff showed up. Seeing us, they turned around and sent us on a better road. They were our saviors, so we thought at the time. Along the way, we met another car from our group, which joined us for the rest of the journey. So, we continued on, only to find ourselves on the so-called better road the sheriff had recommended. Once again, we stopped. This time catching the attention of the locals, who came out to take a closer look. When we asked them if the road ahead would improve, they gave us the kind of honesty the sheriff forgot to mention. It wouldn't. But hey, nothing stops us. With a deep breath to brace ourselves for the clouds of dust, we switched our sports cars into their imaginary off-road mode and tackled the challenge head-on. Who needs SUVs, right? Then it happened. Finally, a proper road. But before we could continue, we needed a quick break to, well, let the dust settle. And then came the final stretch. Fast, thrilling, and absolutely unforgettable. Just like that, another incredible journey came to an end. Reaching the peak wasn't just about the altitude. It was about the memories, the roads, the laughs, and even the challenges, all becoming part of the story. Thank you for being part of this adventure, and we can't wait to share the next one with you.